Zita here in Bagley Downs Community Park in Vancouver, Washington. Today is Sunday. It's May 17th, 2020. Tomorrow is May 18th, the 40th anniversary of Mount St. Helens eruption. I was a senior in high school when it erupted. I remember it so clearly. It was so exciting and so scary and so surreal. I remember the big plume. I remember the earthquakes. I remember a bunch of us got in one of our friends' truck and started driving towards the mountain. I don't know what we were thinking. And then we hit a roadblock. All the news. And then I remember an inch of ash on my car in the morning. And here we are 40 years later with a global pandemic, with a lot of confusion, a lot of angst. What a world, huh? And now the wind is kicking up. I might not be here long. I thought it was warm and it just got kind of cold. Ah! Whoa, that's a big wind. I'll just let that pass. Oh my goodness. Wow. Mother Nature. I think she's furious with us. With the plague on her surface that is called humanity. Anyway, I'll keep this short because I'm about to blow away. So today is day 54 of Stay Home, Stay Safe. I hope I'm safe in this park with all this wind. I got my birding binoculars. I'm so excited. I may have to wait till the weather's a little bit better, but I have a book on birding, and I have identification flashcards and my binoculars. I also have a poster that's coming. So the binoculars work really good. I'm really excited. I think I'll take them to Bridge Creek Trail maybe when the weather gets a little bit better. There's a lot of birds there and some wildlife, and see what I can see. It's so nice to have a new hobby. The cases are still going up, although in Oregon it looks like the deaths have plateaued at 137. Washington is still going up, 1,016 deaths. Deaths globally is 316,000 deaths globally. Here in the United States, 90,000. So I think we will hit that 100,000 that Trump was talking about. I mentioned that yesterday. I read something concerning about the Navajo Nation, that they're going on complete lockdown this weekend because their numbers have spiked. As Friday, they had 127 deaths, and that was just, less than 2 days ago. Now they have 140 deaths. So I'm going to be watching that closely and praying for the Navajo Nation. And in other news concerning COVID-19, they have approved, well, the FDA has not, but they are going to use the experimental drug remdesivir here in Oregon. That's the one they used on that first Oregon case. He was treated in Hillsborough, and they're going to be trying to use that medication on people, and hopefully there'll be some good results. Let's see, what else? Oh, Psalm 106 is my psalm today, and it's a really nice. I love the Psalms. It's real interesting. I feel like it goes back in history to the psalmists, what they were dealing with in that day, and turning to God for help. And interestingly enough, the word plague is used twice in Psalm 106. Read verses 28 through 31, and then Luke 22:39 through 46. It talks about Jesus' agony in the garden. And it just struck me as I was reading that. I don't always get a lot of inspiration on my daily Bible readings. I need to read slower and be quiet and listen for God's voice. Sometimes I think I'm just reading it to get through, and I need to really work on that. But when I was reading Luke 22:39 through 46 about Jesus' agony in the garden, when he sweat blood and he was praying so fervently, it made me realize that I need to go deeper in my prayer life and pray harder. Not necessarily for my will, but for God's will. And not even to ask for things as much to be in God's presence. We can always ask, and it's up to God if we are going to receive. But so those are my thoughts for today. There's still a lot of controversy with people are getting divided yet again about things like when to go back to work, whether we should wear masks or not, whether the government should tell us what to do, whether this pandemic is really as serious as they say. A lot of stuff. And then the anti-vaxxers saying that they will not get a vaccination even if one is created. So I'm keeping my eyes open. And my ears. I like to hear all sides. I am still in the mask camp. I believe that when you're in a public place, you should wear a mask. I went walking with my mother this morning at 6:30 this morning. We did almost a mile with the dog, and then we went up to the grocery store. She sat in the car, and I put my mask on, and it was a good time to go because it was early in the morning and there wasn't hardly anybody there. But the people that were there were wearing masks, and it felt good because we were all wearing masks, and I'm getting used to wearing my mask. It's kind of hard to communicate with a mask on. We even went through the drive-thru at Starbucks and they were all wearing masks. So, yeah, I mean, who's to know if they really do help that much, but it's better safe than sorry, and it certainly doesn't hurt. Although, I think I got some mask knee right there. 58 years old and I woke up with a pimple. But anyway, so this wind is starting to die down a little bit, but it's awfully cold. So I'm going to head back. It's a Sunday. I wish you a wonderful, blessed Sunday with your family. Hopefully, you are experiencing some peace and tranquility in your life and not worrying too much about things that go on. There's always stuff going on, but it's good to find that peaceful center. And that's why I pray. And if you do too, pray for me because I'm praying for you. And we will talk to you tomorrow. Zita signing out. Bye-bye.